guys, it's Shorto with National Speed, and today we're talking about the J&L air oil separator. Now, if you're watching this video, you might be wondering what an air oil separator even does. So let's start with some fundamentals. But first, to explain the purpose of an air oil separator, we have to first explain the purpose of an engine's PCV system. So during normal engine operation, pressure builds up in the crankcase and this has to be ventilated. But since this pressurized air also contains oil vapor, it can't just be vented to the atmosphere. So the OEs address this by drawing crankcase pressure through the intake system, which is then just ingested by the engine's combustion process. And this is called PCV, or post-crankcase ventilation. Now, your factory PCV system is a very good thing for road-going vehicles, but it does have some downsides. Since this air being drawn into the intake system does contain oil vapor, this can lead to carbon deposits, and if prevalent enough, can also reduce the octane of your fuel, resulting in detonation, which negatively impacts performance. Prime example, these are some parts off our test 2021 Ford Mustang GT. This car only has 5,000 miles on it, and check out how much oil is already collected on the inside of the intake manifold, as well as on the back of the throttle blade. So you can imagine how bad this would be after just a few years of driving. So this is where catch cans and air oil separators come into play. Ultimately, a catch can or an air oil separator captures this oil vapor from your PCV system, ensuring that only air is drawn into your intake tract. But you may be wondering, what's the difference between a catch can and an air oil separator? Well, a catch can does exactly that. It catches the oil vapor passing through the PCV system, but that means that the user must periodically drain the collected oil. An air oil separator also catches the oil passing through the PCV system, but then recirculates it back to the engine's crankcase for maintenance-free operation. Now, this might be a little confusing since J&L does call their product an air oil separator, but since it does require draining, it's technically a catch can. Now, Ford Coyote engines incorporate what's called a high-low style PCV system, which means that it has connections on both the passenger side and the driver side of the engine. Now, we won't get into all the technical details here, but with this system, the passenger side is doing the vast majority of the work. And while J&L does offer products for both the passenger side and the driver side of the engine, given that the passenger side is doing the vast majority of the work, this is the product we recommend to our customers. If you want the ultimate protection, you can add the driver side in, but just know that the impact will be minimal. The installation's simple, and the air oil separator begins working immediately. And once installed, we recommend checking the can for collected oil every 2,000 or 3,000 miles. If you don't check for this regularly, then the can will absolutely fill up with oil, and that liquid oil will be ingested by the engine. Kinda counterproductive. And as we've talked about in this video, there are downsides to your engine ingesting just oil vapor. So as you can imagine, liquid oil is significantly worse. So in short, you don't want this to happen, so just stay on top of your check intervals. Alright guys, that's all we've got for this video. It's pretty straightforward. If you found this information useful, don't forget to like and subscribe to stay tuned for more. And as always, if you have any questions at all, we're always happy to chat. Thanks for watching.